Title IX has ensured equality for female student athletes since the 70s. Now the Biden administration is issuing new rules that add protections for LGBTQ+ students, changing the wording of who gets protected from sex to gender identity. In 2022, Arizona banned transgender female athletes from sports, but a court later blocked the ban. Aoife Kane reports on how the revised Title IX is facing resistance in both Washington and Arizona.
The Biden administration says that education should be free from discrimination based on gender identity, but critics argue that biological women competing against transgender women is unfair. 22 states have filed in federal court against these new rules, adding another level of uncertainty when the schools return in the fall.
In December, the issue came before the House Oversight Committee, with Arizona Republican Paul Gosar weighing in.
Is the genetic composition of a transgender versus a woman the same? No.
Fatima Goss-Graves and Madeline Edelman both testified against legislation banning trans athletes from women's sports. They make the argument that inclusionary laws actually boost participation for women's sports across the board, but these new rules don't address athletics.
So the fact that states like Arizona in 2022 went ahead and passed a categorical ban that basically made it harder for trans students to play and said that it is okay to discriminate, that is confusing to schools. Schools don't know what that means. Does it mean that you have to follow the guidance of your state?
Title IX very clearly and unambiguously says that young people should have access to education free from discrimination on the basis of sex.
On a bus tour across the country, the advocacy group Our Bodies, Our Sports stopped in Washington, D.C. to rally against transgender athletes competing in women's sports. The group includes 18-time Grand Slam winning tennis player Martina Navratilova.
My people are turning on me, they're turning on us women who speak up for women's sex-based rights.
Former University of Arizona swimmer Marcy Smith is part of the group advocating against the changes to Title IX.
Regardless of age or level, there is no way to include men or boys into women's sports and have it be fair for the female athletes.
The rules regarding athletics are yet to be released, and the situation at the moment remains in flux. In Washington, Aoife Kane, Cronkite News.
The Arizona Attorney General's office declined to comment. The state's education department says it's assessing the potential impact of the changes. The new rule comes into effect on August 1st.